do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. A number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The numbers for Davis last week, 3 catches, 56 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is number 1 rated defense in the NFL. They'll have a tough time.
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
On first down, it's Pearson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. McIntosh. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lamb. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. McIntosh. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Well, this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 11 now.
Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep right there, knowing they can hit on plays like this? I'll bet that won't be the last time we see them take a deep shot in this game.
Jackson on 1st down. And he's got his big tight end here. And down inside the 15 he goes.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all of this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right? In preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. McIntosh. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lamb. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. McIntosh. He finds his man. Complete. It's Lamb. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Nice play call. A little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down now. It's Walker. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 31. On 3rd and 2, McIntosh. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lamb. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Pearson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 113 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
On 2nd down, it's Pearson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. And to give this time to the tailback. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the 1st down at the 1-yard line, though. They'll try and run for it. And he'll be taken down but he does have first down yardage. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. He's going for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles, and the Bengals grab it. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. It sort of goes without saying that's the risk of running the option play. You can put the ball on the ground. They did there and turned it over.
So true, because you've got so many different decisions that have to be made. You know, you're handing the ball off inside, or you're just keeping it yourself, or you pitch it to your trail guy. And sometimes you get caught in between, and you're a little indecisive on the play, and it turns into the ball on the ground. Fortunately enough, they weren't able to return it for a touchdown.
Following the fumble recovery, McIntosh. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 5 from the 8. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Finding some room at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw is Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd down at 4.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this score will stay right where it is. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. When you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it, give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. That catch good for only a couple. On 2nd down now, it's Pearson. And some space here. Stiff-armed him. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
Well, CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going to float this one deep right side. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Walker.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership, by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. Looking to throw on second down. McIntosh. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lamb. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. McIntosh. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Looking to throw. McIntosh. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lamb. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, and they've gone to halftime with the Packers out on top. Jordan Love with a couple of touchdown tosses. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. The Pats are just playing out the string here in December, but they are able to up their mark to 4-10 with the win. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Chiefs. The Bears trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Next, they look at the next-gen stats for the Ravens in that first half, and not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did, and that just set them up well for the second half to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Now they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2nd and 3. He finds his man. Complete. That's Lamb. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Bass on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get this one up to the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Jackson. That's complete to Davis. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Following the fumble recovery, McIntosh. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Robbins. Touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down. Jackson going to run again. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big pick up there on the run. So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break off big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson on the slant. He's got Davis. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 37.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 29. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield equally.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
And his kick is indeed good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try to get some bigger points on the board.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They have picked up right where they left off in half number one, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Cincinnati.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that a good call by John Harbaugh in tossing out that red flag.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
51 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. Looking left side, and has got a man. That's Joseph. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Jackson now off the bootleg. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They're looking at third and a few inches. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. From the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Gabriel Davis, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. On first down, Pearson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Pearson, and he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted. Because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it, and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll find Gabriel Davis. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he will have a Ravens 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a carry for Dobbins. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And oh, it'll be intercepted.